Hello, good morning to everyone. This is physics class. In the previous video, we will derive the formula for fringe width. Fringe width beta is equal to linear fringe width beta is equal to, what is the definition for linear fringe width? It is the distance between two successive bright bands or two successive dark bands on the screen, and beta can be equivalent to lambda capital D by small d. Here capital D is far greater than small d. Capital D is equal to distance from slits to screen and small d is equal to separation between two slits. Also, angular fringe width theta can be defined as lambda by small d, angular fringe width. So these are the two formulas derived in the previous class. Next one, in this class, let us explain the missing wavelengths, the concept of missing wavelengths. Missing wavelengths, right? Suppose in case of interference pattern, these are the two slits S1 and S2 and it is a screen. Distance of the screen from the slits is equal to capital D. From the midpoint of S1 and S2, let us draw a normal on the screen. This can intercept at O. So O is called as the central bright fringe. Again, S1 and S2, these are the two slits. In general, in all the previous examples, these slits are illuminated by a source of monochromatic light. Monochromatic means single colored light. But in this explanation or in this application, S is not a monochromatic. It is a white source of light. White is nothing but the combination of 7 colors. Suppose this white light is made to incident on the two slits S1 and S2. All these wavelengths are superimposed together. They came from S1 and S2 and superimposed together. Alternately bright and dark bands, alternately colored fringes will be formed on the screen. In case of white light, compulsory it is remembered that for white light, central bright band is a white and the successive one is red color and also the last one is violet. In between red and violet there are remaining 5 colors. Okay na? The fringe very nearer to the central bright band is a red colored fringe and the outer edge is a violet color. Very, very important theoretical bit. Suppose here S1 S2 both are illuminated with a white light. Let exactly in front of one of the slits, it is a point P. It is a given problem. P is a point on the screen exactly opposite to one of the slits. Means, what is the distance from O to P? From S1 S2 it is equal to D. Total distance is equal to D. Half kada idi, this is equal to D by 2. Find the number of missing wavelengths at the point P. Missing means dark bands. Okay na? Missing means dark bands. So for missing wavelengths, suppose here distance of the point P from the central bright band is equal to, let it is Y. Also for missing wavelengths means missing wavelength, later this is the condition for a dark band. dark band. Distance of the nth dark band from the central maxima is given by, y is equal to generally 2n minus 1 into lambda capital D by 2D. Already this is derived in the previous class. Distance, linear distance of the nth bright band from the central maxima is given by 2n minus 1 into lambda capital D by 2D. In front of one of the slits means it is, from the diagram, it is also equal to D by 2. D by 2. Here 2 cancel. From this equation, 2n minus 1 is equal to d square by lambda into d. Or we are having lambda. Lambda is equal to d square by 2n minus 1 into capital D. So this is the wavelength which is missing at P. Means there is a production of dark band. Dark means intensity 0. That is missing wavelength. Suppose here n is taken as 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. For example, if n is taken as 0, what is the value? D square by capital D. N is taken as 1, it is d square by, n is taken from 1, 2, 3 and so on, not from 0. If n is equal to 1, lambda is equal to d square by d. If n is equal to 2, d square by 3d. If n is equal to 3, d square by 5d and so on. These are the missing wavelengths at the point P. Okay na? Missing wavelengths. Whatever it may be the value of lambda. Lambda equal d square by d, d square by 3d, d square by 5d, d square by 5d. Any one of these missing wavelengths are there at the point P or in front of one of the slits. Very, very important concept. Also see here, there is an example. One example. Suppose a parallel wavefront here. This is the slit S1 and S2. Separation between S1 and S2 is equal to D. And here it is a screen. Distance of the screen from slits is equal to capital D. From the midpoint, it is a perpendicular line drawn on the screen. O is the central bright band. Say for example, it is given that a parallel wavefront of monochromatic light is incident on a double slit arrangement at some angle alpha. But in previous classes, a parallel beam of light may be incident like this. Ala kakunda, suppose this is a light. This is a parallel beam of light. It is incident on the double slit experiment, parallel beam of light. At what angle it is given? It is incident at an angle alpha. Means at this point of incidence, let us draw a normal to the surface. At this normal, this incident beam makes an angle alpha. Find the position of the central bright band from the center of the screen, or find the position of the order of maxima at the point P on the screen from the center of the screen. Ante how much bright band, number of bright bands. How much bright band means first one, second one, third one. Which bright band will be focused at the point P exactly? Bright band or maximum. So after this light is going through the medium, this may be incident at the point P like this. Okay na? So here one of the light is A S1P, second light is B S2P. Also draw a perpendicular line from S1 on S2P. So this is equal to the path difference between two light rays coming from S1 and S2 to reach the point P. Only in these two rays the path difference is equal to, it is named as delta x1. Also it is a parallel beam, you know. From this point also there is a perpendicular line drawn on AS1 such that this is the width of incident beam. This length is d and this is the angle alpha. Now this is 90 degrees. Clearly see here, it is 90 degrees. And also what is the angle of this light, this ray? And I mean this wavefront makes an angle, same angle alpha. This is alpha. Are you understand? This is the normal drawn on the slits. This total angle is 90. And this angle is equal to, it is 90 minus alpha. It is 90 and this angle is equal to alpha in this triangle. This is equal to alpha. This length is equal to d. Therefore this side is equal to, here the path difference between between these two light rays on reaching the slits is equivalent to this value. Suppose this extra distance traveled by this light is delta x2. This is the path difference. Delta x2 is the path difference before the light is just incident on the slits. Delta x1 is the path difference when these two light rays arriving at the point P. Now the total path difference between two light rays on reaching the point P is given by delta x is equal to, it is BS2 plus S2P minus of this total length traveled by this light is equal to AS1 plus S1P. This can be written as S2P, here this is S2P minus S1P, S2P minus S1P plus BS2 minus AS1. BS2 minus AS1. S2P minus S1P is equal to, what is the path difference? Delta x1. And BS2 minus AS1. BS2 minus AS1 is equal to, that is equal to delta x2. Again, you know, delta x1 is equal to, suppose from midpoint of the slits, let us draw a line to joining the point P. This line makes an angle theta with this horizontal. Therefore this angle is also equal to theta. From this right angle triangle, delta x can be written as d sine theta, delta x1. So delta x1 is equal to d sine theta plus delta x2 is equal to, what is this value? This is alpha and this is d. We are having the opposite side. So delta x2 is equal to d sine alpha. D sine alpha. Okay now. So at the point P there is a maxima. So for central maxima, delta x is equal to 0. Delta x is equal to 0. Delta x is equal to, here, this is equal to S2P minus S1P, but from the diagram AS1 is more than BS2 kada? So minus common this day, AS1 minus BS2. AS1 minus BS2 is equal to delta x2 and a minus here. This is minus. D sine theta minus D sine alpha. Suppose if the central breadband is not formed at O here, it is formed at the point P. Therefore, for central maxima delta x is equal to 0. means d sin theta minus d sin alpha is equal to 0, or d into, suppose from the diagram, if theta is very small, sin theta is approximately equal to tan theta, and tan theta is also equal to, let the distance from O to P is equal to y, say it is. Tan theta is equal to y by capital T. That's why sin theta is replaced by y by capital D minus d sin alpha is equal to 0. So from the relation, both sides d and d cancel. Y by d is equal to sin alpha and y is equal to capital D into sin alpha. So this is the linear distance of the central maxima from the center of the screen. Y is equal to d sin theta, capital D into sin theta. Right? Next one, there is another example. Suppose two identical coherent sources, they are placed on the diameter of a circle. This is the diameter of the circle. O is the center. Two identical coherent sources placed on the diameter of a circle. Radius of the circle is given by capital R. Radius is equal to capital R. These two identical sources kept symmetrically on the two sides of the center of circle. Suppose this is S1 and this is S2. Then these two sources emits the only one color whose wavelength is lambda. Find the number of maximas formed on the entire circle. Number of maximas formed on the entire circle by the superposition of two light rays. Suppose here it is the vertical diameter passing through vertical diameter. Now the light ray from S1 and also light ray from S2 both are incident and also superimposed together at the point P. Let us consider separation between S1 and S2. It is given by X. Also X is given by, says for example, phi lambda. X is equal to phi lambda. It is a given problem. S1 S2 is equal to phi lambda, or D is equal to phi lambda. Right? Find the number of maximas. Already we will derive the formula for number of maximas present between this point and this point, and theta is not greater than 90 degrees. In between these 2 points, number of maximas formed is equal to number of maxima is equal to 2d by lambda plus 1. 2d by lambda plus 1. That is equal to 2 into d is equal to phi lambda by lambda plus 1. That is 10. 10 plus 1 is equal to 11. 10 plus 1 is equal to 11. Right? Okay. Sorry, this formula is not used here. Let the path difference between these two light rays is equal. Each light ray makes an angle theta with the diameter, horizontal diameter. Path difference between two light rays on reaching the point P is equivalent to delta x. So this is delta x. Okay na? Suppose here, let separation between S1 and S2 is equal to, say it is small x, which is equal to phi lambda. X is equal to phi lambda. Also given x is far less than capital R. So from the diagram, cos theta is equal to delta x by x. Cos theta is equal to delta x by x. Delta x is equal to x cos theta. Delta x is also equal to, for max mass, n lambda. N lambda is equal to x cos theta, or n is equal to x cos theta by lambda. Right? N is equal to x cos theta by lambda. So lambda, x is also given by phi lambda into cos theta by lambda. Lambda cancel. N is equal to phi cos theta. So from this relation, cos theta is equal to n by phi. But here n is not greater than phi. Why? Cos theta cannot be greater than 1. So n is not greater than phi. Means n is equal to 1 to 4. 1 to 4 means there are 4 bright bands are formed in one of the quadrant. 4 bright bands are formed in one of the quadrant, plus, so in each quadrant four bright bands are formed, and total number of bright bands is equal to 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, 16, again plus 4 more bright bands are formed at theta is equal to 0 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees and 270 degrees. So the total number is 20. But number of bright bands formed on the screen is equal to 20. Right now? Okay. So next one, how do you calculate thickness of a thin transparent film or displacement of the fringes? Same experiment, YDSC experiment. S1 and S2 are the 2 pinholes and S is a monochromatic light source. The light waves coming from S, they are made to incident on S1, S2. So from S1 or from S2, these two light rays are moving and also superimposed together to form the central bright band initially. Suppose in the path of light coming from S1 or from S2, let us kept a thin transparent film. Thickness of the film is T and refractive index is equal to mu. What happens? This light ray travels from S1, from this point to this point it is moving in air medium.